ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Twitch Napoleonic Wars League. Tonight, we have a match for you. It's very exciting. I can't wait to show you guys this match. It is called the Nr48 versus the 17th. Can't wait for you guys. It's going to be an amazing time, and hopefully you guys have an amazing time with us. This is LtCol Jorge going to be casting this match for you guys, and it looks like both sides are ready to go, and we might see the first live round here, and let's go ahead in the game and see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, that's not actually set up yet. We have the wrong regiments here, 17th versus, let me switch just real quickly, the Nr48. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so tonight we have a match here between the 17th and the Nr48. A lot to see, considering these two regiments are the last regiments to face each other from the group. And tonight, co-casting with me is going to be Nico and Jorsoner, both from the 4th. We're about to see these two regiments kind of clash. And let me go ahead and introduce you guys. Nr48 about to take a couple shots here, and Nr48 taking a couple shots. Australia's taking on Joey, and Joey's the only one to fall from the 17th. 17th reforming on the other side. Jorsoner and Nico, what do you guys think about the possibilities of the Nr48 taking these 3 points because this is the last match of this group?
I think that the chances are big, if I'm honest, because the Nr48 beat Fiend Gaming, and Fiend Gaming was able to take on the 17th and beat them, and so far the Nr48 are the only ones that have been able to put up a fight that wasn't 10-0 against the 4E in this group. So I'm expecting it to go in the favor of the Nr48, but 2 kills right there for the 17th. Jorsoner?
That seems to be the prevailing opinion that everybody has, because if you look on the forum, there's a little poll, and almost everybody on it thinks that the 17th are going to lose.
17th right now, taking the big losses. Nr48 riding in the melee, 5 versus 3. Nr48 only takes down one more. Muffin here trying to go for a down stab, completely misses. Goes for an up chamber, completely misses again. Goes for a stab, takes down Mr. Hitler. And Muffin Man right now, one of the very nice names, kind of stuck in a triangle here. Finally taken down by Godfried. Godfried finishing up the melee. And Jorsoner, I did cut you off. What was your opinion on the polls? Because I believed the Nr48 are coming out as on top, and the 17th coming out the underdogs?
That is so.
Okay, so just gonna point out some people to look out for here. On the Nr48, you've got Godfried. Mr. Hitler is actually hot fire from the last few 1v1s. He's always a strong player, so I'm expecting to see him do well. And Ninja, at least in the Fiend Gaming versus Nr48, Ninja was a very high player. So I'm expecting to see Godfried, Hotfire, and Ninja do well on the Nr48. And from what I'm seeing so far, the Muffin Man, ironic name for you, George, huh? And it seems to be doing pretty well. And Talamander, I've seen do pretty well in shooting in the pre-rounds here. So I'm expecting to see some nice stuff out of them.
Right now, it looks like the 17th are on the other side here. Both regiments kind of mirroring each other. Nr48 realize that they're a whole lot better in the melee than the 17th. Our 17th might be better shots, but the Nr48 are also very strong shooters. Looks like the 17th are going to take their chances at aiming here at the Nr48, taking a couple volleys. No hits whatsoever. There might be a hit in the back of the Nr48. Nr48 about to return fire here. Nr48 up, returning fire, but no couches yet, and about to fire the last couple shots, and there was no hits. 17th moving to try to avoid the shots, and now the Nr48 are about to receive a counter volley from the 17th. 17 trying to reload their muskets as fast as possible. Nr48 realizing that they're in danger, and they're going to move towards the top of the hill, but that's not going to stop Colonel Talamander from taking down Death. Death, one of the strongest members of the Nr48. Big kill for the 17th.
Definitely a nice pick by the 17th, and I think the 17th really do have the upper hand in shooting, but currently the Nr48 moving to a better position, and it could end badly for the 17th. Muffin Man falling, but Nupton falling for the Nr48.
Both regiments kind of just looking at each other here. The Nr48 obviously has the better positioning on this map right now. They're on top of the hill right now, 8 versus 10. Nr48 being outnumbered by 2, and at the beginning of the match, they're already outnumbered by 1. 17th proving to be the better shots, taking them down, and Lunch taking down Cheesy, and Hitler here taking a shot to himself. He's now half health, so he might have a problem where when he enters the melee, he might get one-shotted instead of taking a stab and probably returning a kill. Right now, Godfried, one of the stronger meleeers, 4 and 0 deaths right now. Lunch with 2 kills with 2 beautiful play shots. Godfried moving his line closer, realized he has to be a little bit more aggressive here because he is outnumbered and he cannot keep losing people like this at ranges, or else he's not going to have any melee power. 17th realizing that they are stronger at shooting are going to try to stay at distance, take a couple shots, just like I expected. 17th are stopping here, going to take a couple shots at Nr48. Will they take any casualties? A couple people moving their scopes, and looks like no casualties from the Nr48. 17th right now facing their line. They're moving out. They don't want to get close to the Nr48. Nr48 is superior in melee. Nr48 closing in the distance between both of those regiments. Talamander right now, he is on top of this hill. He has to let his guys reload, or else we're going to see a bloody massacre where the Nr48, oh my goodness, they're going to get some easy shots here as the 17th forms up into a file, entering the melee versus 7 versus 8 right now. Looks like changing here, going for a down step, gets hit by an up step by Mr. there, and Russell right now holding a down block, not really contributing to the melee. Moving on to the melee over here, we have Cone with a nice up stab on Mr. right there. Right now, the melee, 2 versus 4, 17th not being the favorable regiment right now to win in this melee, and we have a 2 versus 2 situation. Nr48 cleaning up Crypto, cleaning up Russell and Cone there on the flank. Crypto right now on the flank here, holding a down block, getting 2 teams. His teammate goes around, goes for a nice down spam, and gets Little Jack, but Buck takes Ostinos at the same time. We have a 1v1 versus 2. Going for a down stab, again, and goes for Crypto, taking down Buck. Beautiful 1v1 at the end. Crypto clutching the round with 5-1 in that one specific round.
Now, during that, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it sort of degenerated into 2 separate melees that were both 1v2s. And then the Nr48 with their awesome melee skill cleaned them both up.
That was beautiful on the side.
Yeah, the Nr48 really once again showing their skill. Definitely Hotfire taking some kills in there, but Ostinos, the regiment or the event I saw, have been doing really nicely. And they've just spent, like, Ostinos in the melee especially, great meleeer. So I'm expecting to see him do even better in this one, because I mean the 17th, they're good in the melee. I mean, they just showed they can go toe to toe right there with them, but they just couldn't hold it in against Ostinos and Crypto.
Right.
And I think the key for the 17th here is staying all together as one, because their individual skill is just not as good as Nr48.
The 17th, I don't know if any of you guys saw that the 17th made a file when they were being shot by the Nr48. If they didn't take those casualties, they probably would have come out on top, considering it came so close in the melee. And right now, Talamander is at a bad angle. Talamander knows that his regiment needs to outnumber the Nr48. Like, I don't think if the 17th went toe-to-toe in a straight-up melee, the 17th would come out on top. So right now, but they are outnumbered by 1, so the 17th need to drop some players of the Nr48 if they are going to come out victorious in the melee, because if the 17th don't drop at least maybe 2 or 3 of them, outnumber them by 3 or 4, the Nr48 are going to always come out on top of the melee, and as Colonel Talamander and his men pull off some very nice moves here. 17th setting up to shoot, 17th about to shoot down a couple members of the Nr48. Nr48 kind of spreading out, and looks like they hit none of the clumps in the back. Nr48 reforming right now. 17th about to take a big hit. Will the Nr48 capitalize? This Kiwi taking down Lunch, one of their better shooters being taken down. Big hit for the Nr48. 17th reloading, and looks like the 48 here on top of this hill, trying to figure out if they're going to get re-volleyed as hard as they think they are. There we go. Changing, taking down Death. 17th not taking down too many couches. The Nr48 coming better on top. 4-3 trade right now. And Cheesy taking down Blazing, and looks like we have a situation of 7 versus 4. 17th need to get their shots here, or else the 17th are going to be cleared up by the shooting, but the Nr48 are going to clean them up. Now the 17th have 2 players, which means they are forced to charge, and looks like the Nr48 might not even need the melee on this specific round. He's trying to strafe his way into the melee. Looks like he's going to penetrate the right side, because immediately up-stabbed and gets down-stabbed by Gottfried, and Nupton team kills Gottfried, unfortunately, and it looks like that is 3-0 Nr48 versus 17th.
Definitely looking really nice this match in favor of the Nr48. That second round, though, it was really close, but it's looking like it's going even more in favor of the Nr48 in these later rounds, because that shooting there was just perfection by the Nr48. And I understand at first why the 17th were a little downhill, because they had that little bit of a head glitch going on to get them, but I have no idea why they stayed down there and didn't move up the hill to meet the Nr48, because they were firing uphill at them.
here we have a couple shots from the 17th, and 17th not really exploiting their range. They at least should have gotten a couple hits there, but they didn't. Nr48 trying to close the distance. Nr48 realized that they're a whole lot stronger in the melee, and you know what? Sometimes I believe that the Nr48 are just that much stronger in shooting as well. So the 17th need to either decide, do we want to melee, do we want to shoot up, and then choose one of those, perfected in this one specific match, and hopefully take the couple rounds here on the map right now. Because if we are looking at the way the 17th is performing right now, we might be looking at a 5-0 scoreboard at the first half. Looks like the 17th are about to take up shots. They hit someone in the middle there. That person's probably half health for the melee now. The 17th are in a bad position here. They should move behind this hill at least to try to reload their guns there. The Nr48 are not stopping to take those shots. The Nr48 just want to get closer, fire their one shot, and get into the melee as the Nr48 realize they're better in melee. They have the more individual talent.
The 17th are putting themselves against the end of the map, and they aren't even in a full line to be able to fire. They're in a file. This isn't going to go well. The Nr48 taking their shots. 17th taking their shots. Demo Sage takes out Crypto, and then just a cleaning up for the Nr48. 2 to 4 kills in this shooting now.
Joey taking down Cheesy, one of the last hits of that volley fire between those two regiments. Right now, it looks like we have the 8 versus 7 situation. 17th right here on the UK, Nr48 in the black and 17th in the red for those people that don't know. Right now, oh my goodness, Kiwi and Nupton taking down Changing and Muffin Man right now. Nr48 looking very strong. They're on top of the hill. 17th going in for the melee. 5 versus 8. Will the Nr48 get a couple shots before they enter the melee? No, they will not. Right now, here on the right, we have Joey stabbing wildly down, holding up and down block, and looks like he's not going to turn into the melee much. Going for a down block. He's just kind of not deciding where to enter. Goes for a swing, but he's really out of range. Joey going for an attack, but completely misses. Oh my goodness, we have a situation where he can clutch it, but he cannot. Joe and Joey both going down. Mr. Hitler and Death taking down both of those players. And again, the Nr48 showing their supreme shooting skill and just cleaning it up in the melee.
I think one of the things we saw there is, or at least something I've been questioning, is why are these regiments not using officers? Because they could easily get a slay off. I mean, I hate to say it, but it easily plays into your advantage if you play as an officer and you get shot, because they could slay, call for a reset. And that's something the 17th would have needed right there, because in the initial volleys, they lost Talabander. And then coming around in the circle again when they did that U-turn and got fired upon in the second volley against the Nr48, they lost Changing Tuna and kind of just fell apart and had to charge because they just didn't know what to do. Their highest rank other than Changing Tuna and Talamander there is a corporal, so...
These regiments, I believe, here's a contradictory statement. Both of these regiments, I know that the Nr48 have a good leading style. They have some other people that can lead if Godfrey gets taken down. Talamander as well. Right now, 17 taking down 3 other players, and someone actually team stabbing in the middle of that fight. Nr48 lining up here on the side. Are they going to take a couple hits? Someone down here on the left flank is about to break their line. He does break the line. Goes for an immediate buck takedown. Astinos going into the melee right now. 10 versus 8. The Nr48 outnumbered in the melee. The 17 need to mob them right now, but looks like the Nr48 are bringing back their numbers, and we have Zach Dilo right here in the corner just kind of backing up, going for a down stab, gets blocked immediately. The rest of the melee's breaking out. He gets stabbed after he pokes off. Cheesy just stabbing down wildly, hoping to get a kill, but right now the 17th are cleaning up the melee. They did mob the Nr48 like they should have, and looks like there's a team kill by Demon on Changing, and my goodness, he's just spinning in circles and getting those kills really easily. Blazing right now goes for a down, holds a down stab, but it gets immediately upstabbed, and looks like a 2v2 situation. They need to take out one of these players. Nice turn on Telemander on Lucifer's, and Talamander trying to take him out, goes for an upstab, completely gets blocked, and right now they're not working as a teammate. Zach finally gets taken down. We have a 1 versus situation. Talamander versus Cheesy 5-2. Talamander 3-4 right now. Talamander, the leader of the 17th, feinting up and down, trying to get close, blocks the up attack, goes for a down swing, blocks it again, and looks like we have both of these players just kind of feinting at each other, hoping to do the best for their teams right now. This is the chance for the 17th to get a round on the scoreboard, and goes for an up attack and immediately takes down Cheesy. Easy mode for Talamander.
I want to hear Jorsoner's opinion on that round.
Well, see, that's why he's the colonel. That melee degenerated into several smaller melees, and the individual skill of the Nr48 was, for once, not enough.
I think, like, considering why you're asking they're not officers, I think Gottfried is the best meleeer in the Nr48, and Talamander is also the best meleeer in the 17th, and I think they know that their individual members are a little bit weaker on that angle, so they go the ranker class so they can do as much damage as possible, because the officer class does hit a lot softer. Their aim is bad. They're basically it's just an officer class, and looks like Gottfried and Talamander, like I said right there, specific example. Talamander, being the ranker class, was able to wipe out a couple of the people in the melee, but I'm pretty sure there are a whole lot different opinions on that. I personally like to go ranker class because if I get aimed for, all I do is walk away from the line, and if they want to aim at me and not at my line, I'm completely okay with that. But Talamander exploiting his melee and going the ranker class is working out for him at the moment.
It's worth mentioning, Godfrey was shot before getting into that melee that time, and they really missed his skill. Talamander was able to use his skill and clean up.
I think another thing that's worth saying though is that also the Nr48 have a solid leading structure. Right out of the bat, they have other officers and they have higher ranking NCOs that are probably there for a reason. And they get killed, they have somebody else take over. So that's something good for them. But the 17th are also, as I said, their highest rank is a corporal and there's only one of them. So if 3 people get killed on them, suddenly they're forced into, like, their line just falling apart unless somebody really, really takes initiative on their side. Because basically it's all lance corporals, a corporal, at least this is what it looked like before, all lance corporals, a corporal, and then the lieutenant colonel and colonel.
Nr48, now we have a swap side. So basically right now both sides have been swapped. The Nr48 on the UK side and the 17th on the Prussian side. The 17th are in blue, their leader being in gray. And it looks like the Nr48 just wearing red and gray pants, and looks like we have a situation where the Nr48 and the 17th are getting really close to each other. Nr48 at the bottom of the hill, 17th at the top of the hill right now. 17th not deciding to stop and take a couple of shots, probably smart considering the Nr48 is so close. 17th Talamander right now feeling really aggressive, is taking a right turn, about to fire a couple shots on the Nr48. Nr48 can do a very reverse column right here, but they didn't. Beautiful volley from the 17th, taking on 4 of them before they enter the melee. The 17th have a good possibility of just completely overrunning the Nr48 in the melee, but looks like the Nr48 takes the first 2 kills in the melee. Beautiful teamwork here by Zach, taking him down, and looks like we have an 8 versus 5 situation right now. Can still outnumber the Nr48 in the melee. Zach holding an up attack here, coming out into the bigger melee. Talamander taking down Cheesy, one of the stronger meleeers. Talamander again going for a stab and helps out his teammate, and we have a situation where the Nr48 are dying one by one. 2 versus 7 situation. Godfrey here on the flank here, one of the best meleeers in the Nr48 right now, just trying to find out what to do. The 17th are getting organized. They want to beautiful work by the 17th, getting organized, not rushing into the melee. Goes for a spin, completely misses, gets chambered, gets up attacked one more time, blocks it, goes for a spin around, completely misses, gets poked again, gets stabbed one more time, and beautiful teamwork there by Buck and Talamander, surrounding him and not letting him spin. And now it is up to Ninja with the 1 kill and 0 deaths on this half. 1 versus 6 right now, completely blocks it up, goes for a down stab, and he gets taken down by Buck with a down stab from the flank. Beautiful work by the 17th.
Something that I would like to show there that was really, really nice, well played by the 17th, is they went that for like nice surrounded, and it was Buck and Talamander just working together to take out Gottfried. And then when they went over to go and fight the last guy, whose name is avoiding me currently, but when they went over to fight the last guy, something that was really, really nice to see was that the guy pulled back that was fighting the last guy, and they let Talamander and Buck in, and once again, just Talamander and Buck with that teamwork took out the last guy, same way they did the second to last.
Hey, wake up.
Talamander right now leading his regiment out into confident victory. The scoreline right now is 5-2. Oh, no, sorry, 4-2. And looks like Talamander wants to capitalize on this winning side right now. And looks like the 17th are stopping immediately. Nr48 taking down Talamander. Talamander taking down Jackson, taking down Death. Ninja taking down Buck. Nr48 coming out on one more trade. And looks like they're going to the melee. No. Looks like the melee was about to break up. There was a reverse column maybe and then Joey gets punished for being stray from the pack. Nr48 looking a little more disciplined in their drill as well.
I think with Talamander dying just then that they kind of lost organization for a minute as they were trying to change to changing. So it just didn't exactly go so well. Seeing an FOL by the 17th there, I'm not sure if the refs caught that, but a little bit fire out of line. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There's a slay. The melee is breaking out here. We have a 7 versus 6 versus 4 now. There's actually a chance that the 17th might bring it back with the Nr48 are very strong right now. Nr48 Crypto here trying to help out his teammate. Will he help out his teammate? Gets completely up attacked. Muffin Man right now being one hit. He's possibly away from getting one hit right now. Gets down stab, goes for an up attack, completely blocks it. A 3v1 situation. He's very stuck here. And Crypto taking down Muffin Man. And Crypto right now, very nice teamwork. They had him in a triangle. Muffin Man needed to pull out some really good strategies or game sense in that melee for him to come out on top out of those 3 players, and he did not do that. And looks like now we have a scoreline of 5-2. The Nr48 need to win this round. If the Nr48 win this round, then the Nr48 automatically win 3 points, and that'll be it. But if the 17th win this round, then they can possibly go for a tie, and each of these regiments will get a one point each. But looks like the Nr48 are determined to get those 3 points, but the 17th have been giving them the fight of their lives for those 3 points, as they have shown in the last 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, one of the things that's big here is that if the Nr48 win, they will secure 2nd place within their group. Taking some shots at the 17th, who are sitting in a file, 2-man fall, Kaiwei and Little Jack. But one thing I'd like to point out really quick is that they are going to take 2nd place in their group if they win. Otherwise, it'll be a 3-way tie for 2nd within this group. Talamander falling, they're going to have to look for a new leader, charging right into the battle. I'm going to hand off the melee to you, George.
The melee is about to break out right now, 7 versus 8, and Mr. taking down the first Nr48, breaking the first 3 kills now, and Demon trying to break the green streak, but the green streak continues right after, and Ninja taking off 2 kills right now with a double kill in the melee right now, and looks like Ninja, that's a triple kill, and there's a 1 versus 8 situation. Quad kill by Ninja, the quad master himself. Joey right now has a mountain to climb, takes down Death, bounces off, goes for a down block and completely does it right, but it gets upstabbed, gets bounced off by 2 players, oh my goodness, he's getting poked, and he jumps to avoid the other stab, but he finally gets taken down by Crypto, and Mr. Team kills Crypto, and I believe they were just panicking to get the kill at that point. Right now, Nr48 have just secured the 2nd place for their group to move on to win the $500 prize pool. Hopefully they can do that. Right now, 6-2. We have 2 more rounds to play. 17th right now might want to play to get a better scoreline. The 17th might be a little bit demoralized right now, but if the 17th can make this look like 6-4, it might look a little better on paper than it did in game. 17th, Jorsoner, do you think that the way the 17th is fighting, they can at least make this a 6-4 scoreline?
I think after there now being no possible way for them to win or tie, that they're going to be demoralized. I don't know if they can come back from that.
Yeah, I think the same too. Like, I think they're just playing these rounds to play them. Maybe they'll try to like get the best score out of them, but at this point they're demoralized. It's their last match of their group. Oh, it looks like the Nr48 do a beautiful reverse column. 17th about to stop and fire. Talamander getting immediately taken down, and the 17th very nice shots from themselves, and Kawhi breaking the melee here on Mr. here, and Astinos right now blocking both of them at the same time. Beautiful job right there, beautiful melee skill, but right now he seems to be confused, goes for a down swing on Astinos taking down Demon and changing. Beautiful spins there by Astinos, beautiful individual skill. Now he's not done with those 2, he chooses another 2 to focus on here. He goes for a down stab, completely blocks it. Oh, he tries to go for the turnaround stab on Kawhi, but he bounces off, and Kawhi takes down Astinos. 17th right now on top of this hill, 1 versus 4. It looks like the 17th are coming out on top here, and it looks like right now it is Gottfried, one of the best mailers, 1v4 situation. Is there going to be a clutch in this specific round? Maybe there will be. Gottfried just backing up, fainting up and down, goes for a swing on the left, but he actually kills him, but he tanks it. Sorry, not kills him, he hits him, but he tanks it, and it looks like Muffin Man punishes him for tanking it, and Gottfried gets taken down. Ladies and gentlemen, the scoreline right now, 6-3. Last round of the match. 17th right now might want to go for a 6-4 scoreline, not a 7-3 right now. Talamander looking over his men, inspiring them to at least take 1 more round.
The last round, definitely, I think that if they had been a little bit farther away, that's not 7-2.
Wait, that's not 7-2, it's 6-3.
That's 6-3. 6-3. Yeah, but either way, that last round, that reverse column would have worked perfectly if they were just a little farther away, because they practically reverse columned right into the 17th, who were right there for those point-blank shots, and the Nr48 just were not formed up to be able to accept those shots and be able to return fire. It just didn't go well in their favor.
17th about to stop and take down the trade. 2-for-2 trade right now, 9 versus 8. But looks like the Nr48 are taking some shots, and looks like that was an amazing volley from the Nr48. 4 kills in 1 volley with those inaccurate muskets. Nr48 seem to know something about shooting that we don't. Right now the Nr48 are chasing the 17th. 17th a little routed right now. 5 versus 8. The 17th need to reform themselves or not start freaking out, because right now they